am I supposed to go?
As long as you want. As long as the spirit is behind you.
Okay. My name is David J. I am associate for Asian American leadership with evangelism and church growth ministry area at the headquarters of the Presbyterian Center USA, located in Louisville, Kentucky. I am not currently serving a congregation. This is my full-time job. Try to help developing leadership in the church, especially in Asian American congregation. While I was sitting at our conversations in that room, I was very tempted to stand up and say something here and there. For Asian Americans, we share so many common issues and concerns, and as Reverend Huang made a comment at the last of our conversation, I was going to say similar things. This is not just a Taiwanese thing. It's a universal thing. Communication problem between parents and children. It's not just the Taiwanese things. Even in Caucasian families, African American families, and we all see similar things going on. But we tend to choose language issues and cultural issues, and we just dump everything in that as our excuses. Or we have different cultures and different languages. Among those, the one thing I feel very strong about it is leadership development, lack of leadership in the church, especially pastoral leadership. And that relates to other issues like why second generation Asian Americans leave their parents' church, and all these. It's related questions. So after I joined the General Assembly as a leadership development officer, by the way, we have about 6 staff members specifically working on leadership development in different aspects. I am one of those 6 people doing leadership development, and my assignment is working with the Asian American congregations. So I set my priority to develop English-speaking leaders within immigrant churches. Without it, we cannot succeed. I see the symptoms of the mono-generation church in everywhere as I go. Mono-generation meaning just one generation period. And they are flourishing during their own generation and then disappear. And the church's history says so many things about just come and go. And a church started and doing very well for a generation, maybe 20, 30 years, and then declining and then disappearing. For some reason, many reasons, I guess. And I see those in the immigrant churches, especially when first generation are not careful, intentional enough to succeed their churches to a next generation. It ends as a first generation church or one generation church. So for last 15 years, my heart was with English-speaking leaders within immigrant churches. And when I joined the General Assembly 15 years ago, first thing I did was to send out letters to Asian American congregations to call for young adult ministries, asking them to send a young adult representative to a consultation, Asian American young adult consultation. Only two groups responded, Korean and Taiwanese. So that's how Korean Young Adult Leadership Conference and Roots and Wings started 15 years ago. So my office has been an office at the General Assembly to initiate and support a Roots and Wings conference for first 5 or 6 years until the young adult ministry funding dried up. So for the first 4 or 5 years, as I remember, it was very fruitful conferences, having average, I guess, 80 to 120, 30, 40. So it was a pretty good crowd. I remember having conference at the UCLA campus and San Diego and different places. Had a wonderful time. And now here I am with Roots and Wings again. By the way, I have old T-shirts that says Roots and Wings. So if you wanna display a collector's item, decade-old Roots and Wings shirts, I have them all. I haven't tried, so it's brand new. So let me know when you have a display. Okay, my assignment is not talking about Roots and Wings at this time. It's a small group ministry. So let's focus on small group ministry. You probably have some kind of experiences with a small group. Would you just name the small group experiences you had in the church or outside of the church or whatever? What kind of small groups have you involved? Small groups. College ministry. Why small group?
Oh, why? Like, what's the purpose of it?
No. How do you translate college ministry into small group?
Oh, because usually...
Was it based on...
well, college
groups?
campuses usually have some kind of student ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And they could be like, InterVarsity, for example, they have a huge college ministry, and they would establish small groups within that ministry.
Divided in small groups.
Yeah, they have large group meetings, but at the same time, they also have small group meetings.
Okay. At the campus, you see the small ministry. And your experiences or your observation that small group is working in the church?
I haven't been part of the Taiwanese small groups, but growing up, we've always had small groups. I would say
what kind?
In the church, and usually what they would do is they would just divide families up. You'd have some young people,
Mm-hmm.
you'd have some people who have young children, you would have some older people. Usually it was all very mixed.
Okay,
and
what do you do?
We would get together usually like on Sunday nights, and we would do devotionals. We might sing and do some Bible study, and we'd eat together. And that's where we really got to know each other real close.
Small groups divided by ages.
It was a mix of ages. It wasn't divided. We weren't separated. We might have one family with young kids and one older couple and we were a mix.
Oh.
It was never.
Oh, I see.
It was never all young kids. You know what I'm saying?
Not by age.
Not by age. It was intentionally mixed up.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Well, my church has sojourners group,
Mhm.
we call it.